Most men never truly grasp the power of their words. Many believe attraction begins with looks and ends with money or status. But the reality is much deeper. The place you hold in a woman's heart isn't determined by what you possess, but by how she feels when she's with you. Emotions speak a constant language, leaving marks that remain even when everything else fades away. That's precisely where true change in relationships begins. Many men try to impress by exaggerating, boasting, or constantly trying to prove their worth. However, anyone who understands human nature knows that true impact doesn't require a show. Sometimes, a single sincere word carries far more weight than 1,000 attempts to impress. When spoken at the right moment and with a calm tone, words cease to be mere sounds and become emotional experiences. Think about it for a moment. A simple phrase can completely change a woman's energy. Her gaze might soften, her smile might deepen, all because you noticed something no one else perceived. That's the difference between a common compliment and a thoughtful one. The former fades quickly, the latter lingers because it reaches not only the ears, but also the heart. The truth is, most men use compliments predictably. They repeat phrases a woman has heard countless times. You look gorgeous, your outfit is amazing, you're so attractive. Over time, these words lose their power because they become too familiar. A man who understands subtle attraction goes beyond the physical. He observes a woman's presence, energy, and the effect she exudes. The true power of a compliment lies not in the words themselves, but in the attention behind them. When you point out something subtle, you demonstrate without saying it directly that you pay attention to the details, that she hasn't gone unnoticed. Feeling truly seen is one of the strongest triggers of attraction. Let's move on to the first compliment. Simple yet very powerful. Commenting on her perfume. When you say her perfume is captivating, you're not just talking about the scent, but the impression it leaves. The sense of smell is deeply connected to memory and emotions, creating an intense psychological connection. She feels that you noticed not only her appearance, but her entire presence, as if her essence lingers even when she's gone. Most men think that to attract a high-value woman, they need the physique of a young, athletic man or the fortune of a tycoon. However, there's a truth that the modern world often overlooks. Older men possess a natural magnetism. It's a subtle quality that deeply attracts women, even though they rarely express it openly. Today, we won't talk about money or status. We're going to explore the psychology of attraction and reveal those hidden qualities that women admire in mature men but rarely mention. Stick around until the end, because the last one is the most important. When you understand it, you'll see that age isn't a limitation, but an advantage. The first secret is to become an emotional anchor. Women value the absence of chaos. In a world full of unstable relationships and inconsistent communication, many young men seem like a storm, insecure, reactive, and in need of validation. In contrast, an experienced man conveys stability. Women, both biologically and psychologically, seek security, not only physical, but also emotional. They are attracted to a man who doesn't get upset over minor issues, who doesn't play with her emotions, and who possesses self-respect. This is emotional self-control. When she feels overwhelmed, your calm becomes her refuge. It may seem simple or predictable, but these days, stability is one of the rarest and most powerful forms of attraction. The second secret is decisive silence. That is, letting go of the need to please everyone. This is deeply attractive, even if they don't always admit it. It's not about being controlling, but about taking initiative. Many young men fall into the nice guy pattern, constantly asking what to do or where to go, believing that this makes them considerate. In reality, they are relinquishing the lead. A mature man understands the value of his time, makes decisions, and leads with confidence. He says things like, "I've already made a reservation. Get ready for tonight." She may not say it directly, but she appreciates when a man confidently takes charge. This allows her to relax, stop constantly making decisions, and connect with her feminine energy. Even grey hair ceases to be a sign of age and becomes a symbol of experience and authority. The third secret, the key to success, is selective attention. It's the hardest to admit. The idea is simple. You don't need her. This doesn't mean you don't desire or value her, but rather that your life already has purpose, direction, and meaning on its own. A young man often gravitates toward an attractive woman, seeking approval and trying to prove his worth. In contrast, a mature man maintains his composure, observes, and projects tranquility. His attitude conveys that he knows his value. Women are intuitive and sense when a man's happiness doesn't depend on them. This selective attention creates intrigue. It makes her wonder how she can be a part of the life you've already built. The dynamic changes completely. You no longer chase the butterfly. You create a garden so inviting that the butterfly decides to stay. If you think your best years are behind you, you're mistaken. Society glorifies youth, but nature values wisdom. Maturity is not a weakness, it's a strength. Stop competing with younger men on their own turf. Focus on building character, making firm decisions, and becoming a source of stability in a chaotic world. The right woman isn't looking for a boy to grow up with, but a man she can admire and who inspires her. If you found this content valuable, subscribe and